What's up, everybody? We're doing our week 13 video discussion on hate speech and if it should be considered free speech and what safeguards we would put in place to ensure that it's protected. I personally think no hate speech should be free speech at all. Um, Hate speech is used most of the time to slander people, cultures, or a general idea in a way that is not professional. Hate speech can also incite violent acts and can lead to disruptive behavior in the area that is done. Um, as I've said before throughout like the class, I don't think any type of hate speech is good. Like it doesn't even sound good or appealing. It doesn't sound like anything we should allow. Like hate speech, the way it sounds is not something that you would want legalized because hate speech it doesn't even. I mean, honestly, don't even know why we even allow it in America. I mean, people want to say, "Well, you're violating my First Amendment rights because I have freedom of speech. I have the freedom to say whatever I want to." But in America, we all know that you don't. You have a freedom of speech to a certain extent till the government thinks you're saying something that people should not hear because it's enlightening, as I've said before, or you're saying something that's just going to cause problems throughout the country. And and that's how I feel. Like hate speech is not. It's not. I can't think of what I'm saying. It's not beneficial for anybody. I mean, yeah, that it could be beneficial for the person speaking because you're getting stuff off your chest and how you feel about a certain group of people or how people do certain things, but it's not beneficial at all. So I do not think hate speech should be considered free speech at all. I don't think it ever should be considered free speech. How would you feel if you came somewhere, say for instance you're a Jewish person and you see people like speaking hatefully about Jews and the Holocaust and other things like that? Like, would you want that? Would you want people to have the freedom to do that? Or me as a black man, would I want to hear like the Ku Klux Klan or anybody else that doesn't like people like to have the freedom to talk hatefully about me, like and be able to say whatever they want and me not be able to do anything about it because it's protected under the First Amendment rights? I don't think so. Um, but things I would do to safeguard is I would first say that things being said against the government are not hate speech, but true things that the government does not like to hear, like I've said. Um, and another safeguard I put in there is that everything that you say has to be true and well supported by people with great knowledge on the subject. Another safeguard would be that hate speech cannot attack anybody's character or their personal beliefs. We're speaking about something that not a large group of people are knowledgeable in. It is important to stick to the subject at hand and not to talk down on people. Those are the main safeguards I have in place to ensure hate speech is not silenced by the government simply because they do not like what is being talked about. But that's only because like it's like this discussion board was almost playing devil's advocate if you don't think that hate speech should be free speech. So um, I've always said that if it's like a speech that's enlightening a group of people, like if you're speaking about something that most people don't know about, say for example, if you're I don't know how many people in this class know about it, but if you're talking to like a group of people about how the government like shoots lasers in the sky and like they can control the weather to a certain point, like it can cause if it, certain areas like in a drought, they can have lasers pointed in the sky and then it does something to the clouds and then rain falls out of them. Stuff like that. Like that's enlightening people. Like people think we do good things, and that's one of the things that we're doing. We're playing God, controlling weather. Like how all of a sudden we just had like this two hurricanes just pop out of nowhere. The government can do stuff that we don't know about, and people aren't enlightened on it. So I feel you can talk about stuff like that, but I do not think a person can set up a soapbox, pick it around, and say we hate this certain amount of people, we hate this, we hate that. Because most of the time, it can start off as oh we hate, say for instance like we hate homework, and then you saying you hate homework can turn into we hate teachers. And we hating teachers can turn into, oh, I hate this specific teacher. And then you can turn to, I hate the administration. Then I hate the dean, then I hate the president. It can almost go. It can turn into a snowball effect. And if you allow that to happen, then it's just a slippery slope, and people everywhere would just have their way at it. Because then if you legalize it, then people are just going to be able to say whatever they want, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. Then the government's going to have to go back on their word and then take it out, which is take it out of like their rights and everything. And people going to have uproar about that. It's just all bad. So I think hate speech at all should not be considered free speech.